Hi guys. So I did a previous video with landscape, and I know I said I was going to do longer extended versions, but might not have enough time. So I did a 4 square for pop art style, and I want to walk you through. So remember, pop art has bright colors, simple images, everyday things. Okay. So when you do a style like this, you want to make sure that your paint doesn't have bumps in it, okay? And you're going to want to do several coats. So if we're looking at the very first square, the first set of steps, you're going to draw out what you want to paint, okay? See, drawn pencil. Then next step, you're going to come in and you are going to paint your background, okay? You want your background to be the darkest color on the piece because it's going to make your focal point pop out more. Okay, so darkest color here. This is with one coat, and as you can see through it. It doesn't look good. Okay, so if you choose this style with solid colors, plan on doing 3 coats. Otherwise, it looks halfway done. Okay, next step, you're going to work basically from the outside in. So you're going to go to your next section. So this is the body of the egg. I was going to do an eyeball, but then I changed my mind. You want to keep that a dark color also. And you want to make sure that when you do this, you kind of go over, you want to go over your line. You want to go over your line just a little bit. That way you don't have weird white gaps. I forgot to mention here on when you're doing your background, outline your main figure first. So outline that first like you would if you were coloring with markers. You know, you outline it and then fill it in. So you're going to outline with paint and then fill it in. That way you don't get excess paint going into spaces you don't want it to. Okay. Same here. You need to do a couple coats. That does not have a couple coats. That has one. So as you can see all the brush strokes. The only time you want to see the brush strokes is if you're doing impressionism or something where the brush strokes are part of the art. Okay. Here, if you have brush strokes, it just looks lazy. It looks like you didn't try. Next step. So you're going to come in and you're going to do your lightest color. Save your lightest colors for last. Okay. Again, you want to do multiple coats, and I didn't do multiple coats on this because I want you to see how transparent the light colors are. So here you can even see the pencil through, and that's one coat of yellow. Okay. And your final step, once you get all of your coats in, you're going to come in with a very fine brush and you are going to outline with black. I did see some of you coming in and outlining first and then painting in it. Don't do that. Save that for the end because that's how you cover up your mistakes. You finalize your edges, all of those things. Okay. This looks easy. This is actually harder than impressionism because you have to be very mindful of where you put your brush and your colors, and you really don't want to have, you don't want any inconsistencies in color. I'm looking at this bottom one and I still see patches of white poking through. So I'm probably going to go through and do another coat. Anyway, so pop art, here it is. Okay. So back, trace out. Words are so hard at the end of the day. Outline what you want to do with pencil. Trace your lines with the paint and then fill in your background. Do several coats, then come in, do your next section, and then come in and do your final. Okay. Last thing, make sure all of your stuff is coated. I would say at least 3 coats per section. So it's going to take a decent amount of time. And be very mindful of your brush strokes. And then finally, outline all of your transition spaces with black. So a transition space would be like this blue going to purple. It looks unfinished. That black line gives it a nice little frame and finishes the piece for you. Okay, this will be in the classroom and accessible for you to look at. I will have this hanging up as well as a landscape. If you have questions, feel free to ask. But I really want you guys to do this on your own. I think you can do it. I believe in you. One more thing, if you are going to do something pop art-ish, don't do more than 5 colors. It's too busy, okay? And I'm not talking about cubism, pop art. So cubism, you definitely want more colors. Okay, that is all.